Welcome to this fun journey of building a ChatGPT-powered WinForms app in C#. In this 15-minute tutorial, we'll not only build a simple Windows form tool that talks to ChatGPT, but also explore the world behind the curtain, how ChatGPT normally works on OpenAI.com, how using the API is different, how to set up your OpenAI account and billing, and even some fun trivia about OpenAI's history. So, what's the difference between using ChatGPT on OpenAI.com and using it via the API in our C# tool? On the ChatGPT website, there's a chat interface. You type a message, hit send, and a conversation flows back and forth in a web page. It's user-friendly and stateful. It remembers previous messages in the conversation. However, behind the scenes on the API side, you don't get that fancy chat window. Instead, your program sends a text prompt to OpenAI's servers using code, and the server returns a text response. It's a different mode of interaction. One is a graphical chat, the other is a RESTful API call. With the API, you have to manage the messages and context yourself, but it means you can use ChatGPT's intelligence inside your own applications, like our WinForms app, rather than in the browser. Think of OpenAI.com as a friendly waiter taking your order, whereas the API is your own kitchen where you place orders programmatically. Both call the same chef, GPT 3.5 or GPT-4 models, but one uses a nice GUI and the other uses code. To get started with the API, you need an account on OpenAI's platform at platformopenai.com. This is separate from just logging into OpenAI.com, though you can use the same login email. Here's how to set it up. Sign up, log in, go to platformopenai.com and sign in with your email or Google/Microsoft account. If it's your first time, you'll create an account. They usually send a verification email. Confirm it so you're officially in. At this place you can already create your first API key. Just give it a name and hit create. It will show you a key starting with SK. Copy and save this key securely. You'll paste it into your code later. This key is secret, treat it like a password. Don't publish it on GitHub or anywhere public. We will skip to the part with the payment for now. But we will come back later for that. Now you are on the main page. With the settings button on the top right you can reach all the interesting stuff. There you have the API key where you can add more keys if needed or you forget your old key, and also add a payment method and check the usage. But now let's start with the tool creation by setting up a new WinForms project in Visual Studio. Create a new WinForms project, open Visual Studio. Select Create New Project, choose Windows Forms app. Net framework, name it something like ChatGPT. After that you can drag a rich text box for the user to type a question. Set its name to user, input. Add a button, call it send with the text send question. Add another rich text box for the response, name it response, and maybe disable editing so it's read-only. Optionally, add a label above each box, your question, ChatGPT says. Arrange them neatly. Install the OpenAI NuGet package. In Solution Explorer, right-click the project, choose Manage NuGet Packages. Search for OpenAI, the official library, install the latest stable version. This gives us the classes to talk to the API. Now it's time for some fun facts and history about OpenAI. It was founded in December 2015 by tech luminaries like Elon Musk and Sam Altman as a non-profit research lab to advance AI for good. They wanted to ensure AI benefits humanity. The GPT in ChatGPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. OpenAI released GPT-2 in 2019. It had 1.5 billion parameters, but initially only a staged rollout because of safety concerns. Then in June 2020, GPT-3 astonished everyone with 175 billion parameters, enabling remarkably coherent text generation. On November 30, 2022, OpenAI launched ChatGPT, the chat interface, powered by an improved GPT 3.5 model. First we need some variables. The chat client is our connection to the AI. We need also the API key that we copied already after creation. Place it in our variable API key. In real projects you'd use environment variables or a secure store. After that is done, we use the event handler from our button, that we already created with a double click on the control. Here the magic begins. First we read the user input out of the text box and store it into the variable user input. That will be our question to the AI. Then after a fast check if the input is empty, we initialize the chat client with the needed data like model and API key. Until we code maybe some other facts about ChatGPT and OpenAI. It went viral overnight, millions of people tried it in the first days. It even crashed servers with its popularity. In March 2023, OpenAI released GPT-4, an even more powerful model, rumored to be in the trillions of parameters, and it can even handle images. ChatGPT Plus users got access first, and eventually the API was opened up. GPT-4o and other models keep pushing the boundaries. Then just give it to the API and provide the answer back to the user. That is all. Now you have already a working tool with AI. But there is still one thing needed. Let's check if it is working and then you will see. A quick note from real life: the first time I ran my code above, I got an error instead of an answer. The form just hung or showed a message insufficient _quota or an authentication error. I realized I hadn't completed the billing setup on the OpenAI platform. This is a common stumbling block. Even though I had a key, I hadn't added my credit card info to activate the account. So what I did was, I went back to platform.openai.com, logged in, and double-checked billing. Sure enough, it needed a valid card or at least a confirmation. I added the payment method and saved. You see the full steps in this video. After I charged $5, I removed the credit card out of my account. That is not needed, but I use this account only for testing and my YouTube video, so $5 will be enough. In the usage section you see also the actual data for your API and the still available money. Then I came back to Visual Studio and ran the app again. Ta-da! This time, when I clicked the button, the API call succeeded and I got a response in my app window. Moral of the story: if your requests fail with an error message about billing or permission, check that payment method. A small delay for setup can save a headache later. Once the billing was properly set up, the tool worked reliably, answering all my questions. This was just the start. There are many more options available that we can cover over the API. Just let me know in the comments if you need more or want to extend the tool. We covered a lot today, from getting set up on the OpenAI platform to understanding tokens and billing, then actually coding a C# WinForms app that queries ChatGPT. We saw our tool come to life, stumbled over a billing hiccup, and learned a bit of AI history along the way. It's really exciting. In a few dozen lines of code, you can harness the power of one of the most advanced AIs out there. Thank you for following along. Now you have the foundation to build all sorts of AI-powered Windows apps. Maybe next, you'll add a feature to handle more conversation turns, or try using GPT-4 if you have access, or even connect speech to text so you talk to your app. The sky's the limit. Keep experimenting, and have fun with your new ChatGPT-powered creation.